Well, friends, welcome to the first floor of the proposed Center for Theater. This is the ground plan for our center. As you have noticed in the last couple of videos here, I pointed out our three main stage theaters, the Arena Theater over here, the Proscenium Theater here, and the Thrust Stage Theater over here, as well as our three studio theaters in the back. We have our Thrust Stage Studio Theater, our Main Stage Studio Theater, the Proscenium, and our Arena Studio Theater on this side. This building this floor, I should say, would be actually about 3 feet higher than the ground level around. That means it would support our loading dock, which is over here on this side, so that we would not have to put in any special lifts or ramps to load items off of trucks, deliveries right there to the loading dock. Let's welcome you into the building. Here's the center entrance here into the building. There's that bank of elevators from the garage over here on this side where you would enter into the lobby directly. The things you see when you first come into the lobby is our grand lobby, and you'll notice there is a ramp here that goes up, 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 and then up to the second floor of the lobby. And so the second floor of the lobby is a gallery where you can look over into the main lobby itself. In the center, of course, is where that monumental sculpture would come up out of the from below. And this ramp, I should point out, this goes from 0 to 3 feet to 9 feet to 11 to 17 and then up to 20 is the way that works. When you come in the building, you look to your right, the first thing you see is the security office. We will have security on the premises 24/7 that would accommodate, because we have people staying here as well as being in and out for rehearsals and classes and all of that. Our faculty, staff, and our major students would receive special badges that would serve as keys to entrances around the building. But for our public, what they basically would see is this lobby, the entrances to the three theaters here, and then there would be elevators that would take them up to either their classrooms or galleries or rehearsal spaces, or to the First Nighters Club. So our audience is basically limited to this area here and using the elevators. The other place the audience can go is down this hallway, this long hallway I call the Timeline Corridor, that we'd like to have a presentation and interactive exhibit of the history of the theater through a timeline that would take us all the way to the back of the building to a lobby in the back, which would house a gallery of famous theaters of architecture, of theaters through the centuries there. And that would serve as a lobby for the three studio theaters as well. It would be connected to an elevator and a sky bridge over to the above ground parking across the street. So if they did not want to park in the underground parking here, they would have quicker access from the parking garage across the street to the studio theaters. On this, behind, I should say, security, is a medical office that we have to help stabilize anybody who's injured, or also hopefully to have some of our students through the medical school work with us for physical therapy, for massages, for help out these dancers and all that are having such a beating on their bodies here. So that would be here. Next to it is a break room, and next to that is an office for our custodial staff and our housekeeping personnel for the entire center. To the left is our suite of offices for a new proposed school of theater, including the chair's office here and the reception office and administrative office here in the front. From the lobby, you have direct access to two of our three main stage theaters. The thrust stage theater has entrances both here, and it has a wraparound corridor, lobby, you might say, corridor, and there are entrances into the theater itself through the center, from the corners here when they're not used as VOMs, and then we have side entrances here on either side too, as well, for our audiences. This theater also incorporates a balcony level on the second floor, which we'll see in a video here coming up. In the proscenium house, our audiences enter here from the front on either side of our box office here in the center, and you would go up a small ramp up to 2 feet for the entrance into the theaters right here at these corners. This is a crossover here between the two entrances of the theater, which will house our handicap seating as well as our sound mix board right there in the center. We basically have upper orchestra seating, lower orchestra seating, and four side boxes here on either side of the stage. Orchestra pit is here, apron is here, acting area, with access through our 2 tech boxes here on the side. And then our stage itself goes back 15 feet. Then we have a series of the stage lifts you saw to bring up scenery, and then another 10 feet behind that for crossover and for storage. And then there's a door here that can go up that will open this into the rehearsal space or the studio theater up here. So if you wanted to, you could actually do epic productions where the stage could start here and go all the way back, or it could be as a holding area for other set pieces, etc. So this is open here on the first floor, cutting through the main stage here of the proscenium theater. This is the construction shop on this side, with our TD's office on this level as well as lower level 2. We have 2 dressing rooms at this level. Can be used for any of the theaters, but most probably for either the proscenium or the arena theater. We have a storage area and for props and for our tools for the construction area here, the construction shop. And then on this side, we have, as we have on lower level 2, we have another paint shop on this side of the building. We have access through our stairwells. There are doors here to take us back to the studio theaters also, and there are doors to each one of them. Here's more restrooms here for our guests at the studio theaters. We have our larger restrooms here in front for our patrons for our shows in the Center for Theater. I should point out that on this level, the Arena Theater does not have entrance there. The entrance for all audience for the Arena Theater will be from the second floor. So this serves as a holding area and a loading area there for set pieces and for actors on the first floor level. My thought is, because this area here is not an entrance to the theater, this would be an ideal space to set up a concession stand there, a concession area that could service this lobby. Remember, this is 9 feet at this level and 11 feet here and 17. So all this area right across here is wide open that you can walk through. So I think that would be a nice gathering area, and even through the afternoon for students and stuff, a nice little space to sit down and relax a little bit. But there is our first floor. We have 2 large dressing rooms on this side, chorus style dressing rooms. We have 2 what we call star dressing rooms here too on either side, and on either side of the space we have these restrooms, what I call shop restrooms, which include a small shower too, so people who are working in the shops can clean up before they go home or get ready for a night on the town, as it were. So that is all, I think, of our important aspects of the first floor of the Center for Theater. My next few videos will show you cross sections and and inspirations for our three main stage theaters. We'll start with the proscenium theater. That'll be our next video.